Hi, look at this. We got more guests in the shed. So this is Tales from the Shed with Anne and Alison. And today we're welcome from somebody from afar, Annabel. So it's so great that you're here in the shed with us, as it were.
I know, that's the great side of our technology, isn't it?
I know, it's really lovely. So your specialist is skincare. We were chatting just before we did this, and you were saying about how you got into this, what you offer, and so on. So tell us about what you do.
Yeah.
Okay, super. So I started really within makeup artistry, and then beauty writing, and then I sort of got involved in product development, with always a special interest in cover and camouflage. So I think through that, it sort of developed into understanding the skin and then understanding how to get a great complexion, which as we get older, I think makeup changes such a lot, as, you know, the exciting times of teenagers into your 20s, the busy 30s of maybe being a parent. And then suddenly your skin starts to age. And with age comes quite a few different things, and menopause, where the skin is becoming obviously way drier. The tone is changing, and you know, for us it's a bit like, I've always thought, so interesting that we're never taught makeup, we're never taught how to do anything. We inherit these bits. We've got more information now than ever, but we still, the main thing that I don't think we get is understanding the level of hydration in the skin. If the skincare is not right, then whatever you're trying to put on it isn't going to be right.
I know, it's great. I mean, Annabel, I just remember that I learnt about makeup from Jackie magazine.
I love that. Exactly. Now they've got everything to look at virtually.
I probably did the same makeup for about 10 years until I might have read Just 17 or something. And then I did the same makeup for 10 years. And then like you just do the same.
I think I hear the same thing. And even now young people have got, it's like huge tools to watch things online. But it's not until you really look closely one-to-one at the skin. Also, one of the areas that I'm good at, obviously because I've done product development, is texture, understanding the texture and what that texture is going to do onto the skin. So you might be using completely the wrong skincare routine for the wrong makeup you're putting on it, and the two are kind of not working together. So nothing's sitting right, it's curdling. And then obviously one of the most complex things is concealment and cover. So understanding why things start ghosting on your skin, which happens a lot. People go and put an under eye concealer on. I've had that in the store, and I've come out and thought, actually this looks worse. And actually it does a lot of the time, because they may not understand that the color wheel and the color correction, that you need to warm the color up. So actually, if it's not right, it goes gray. And that happens a lot with sunspots as we're aging as well. So education, I think, in this area is still really, you know, left behind. It's still, there's, you know, all the TikTok and everything else that's there is about the exciting, dynamic, what you can do with your eyes, and no one's managing the most complex part, which is, you know,
the basics, the foundation.
And I always remember when I'm teaching makeup artists, one of the things that I'd always say to them is, I mean, this is obviously for TV and film work, just if you've got a difficult skin, work on the complexion. Everything else, you'll get 5 minutes on set to go and sort out a lip line or an eyeshadow. But if the base isn't right from the get-go, all day, you're going to be working very, very hard to try and achieve it.
That's so interesting, because I think, I mean, I know, like, I used to be able to go and pick a pair of jeans off. I know I'm going off at a tangent, but pick a pair of jeans off the shelf at TK Maxx and think they'll fit. They won't fit. Now I cannot predict what will fit me, because my body has changed. And I think it's a little bit like that with makeup, that I used to think I could wear that, but I don't like it, or I can't be bothered, or whatever. And I have to say, in the last 5 or 6 years, I've completely stopped wearing makeup, because I don't understand.
Oh, that's such a shame.
I just look like a clown when I do things that used to be okay, and I'm ashamed that in my makeup bag I've got things that are 6, 7, 8, 10 years old. And I think it's almost like I need someone to teach me, because otherwise,
me.
because when you're 16, 17, because you've got nature with you, you can make mistakes, and it kind of doesn't look
that's right.
Exactly. It's, you know, it's fine as well. See, the other things that are happening is that we're losing the palette changes of the colors you need to use, the eyebrow hair, the lashes are getting thinner. but there's also a lot of products nowadays. We've got some amazing, I mean, we are in that sense so lucky, because when I started this journey 30 years ago, when you looked at foundations, the color ranges that were out there were
free if you were lucky.
Yeah. You know, and now it's almost a different kind of problem, because now it's almost slightly overwhelming. So you don't know what brand, where to go. So that's the other thing I'm quite good at, is working out, you know, you tell me how your skin is and what you want, and then it's like, okay, well, you're using the wrong brand. That brand isn't going to work for you. You need to go over that way, because a brand does have a focus, you know, like if you look at Charlotte Tilbury or you look at Chantecaille, and it's working also out what level of product the person enjoys wearing, because as we get older as well, makeup can start to actually be counterproductive.
It makes you.
So it's clever, it's texture, it's all about textures, colors, using things in the right way, and it's more complex than it ever is, but equally, hopefully you have more time available as you're getting older to be able to.
But yeah, when I said, it was interesting, I recently, I think there was one time I went, you know, in those days, you know, actually we can travel by air now, but I decided, for whatever reason, I was going to treat myself to a really nice moisturizer, and I was going to get it in duty free, right? So I went into the duty free shop, and I'm looking at this range of stuff, and I think there was somebody, and I can't remember what is there one that's called, it's almost like the sound of the sea, there's something that's marine, something.
Crème de la mer, crème de la mer.
Right. And I went, oh, that sounds good. And she was this pot of cream, it was 150 quid, and I'm like, I don't think I'm ready. And then, but then I went and looked on the shelf, and it was like, there was one brand, and it had, this is what you wear when you're 40, this is what you wear when you're 50, this is what you wear when you're 60. And I'm going, oh.
I do remember sitting with a friend who, she said, but I'm 50 next week, so do I go for the 40 to 50, or do I go for the 50 to 60? And I said, go for Nivea.
yeah, exactly. And I mean, you know, let's throw that in there, because actually some people have just got incredibly good genetic skin. Invariably in the UK, we have dehydrated skin, we have fair skin, so we, unfortunately, it ages more, it just needs, and in menopause, it doesn't matter how much you drink, what you do, you have to pack it everywhere. And I always think they're really underrated. But masks, people don't use masks enough anymore. I love masks. They, you know, if you're going to an event or something, get a mask on, stick it on. It really makes a difference to how the makeup will sit for the evening. So yeah, there's so many little tweaks.
Yeah, so you were saying that you were very kindly thinking about what you could offer to people who listen to.
Yeah, absolutely. I'm home for the summer now. My children break up on Friday, and I was actually thinking how I can see so much virtually now. I can understand what, you know, you just need to talk to somebody really and understand where they are, what they like, what the kind of, not issues, but what their beauty concerns are. And actually a little pot of concealer can be transformative if they're using the right texture for a sunspot or for a spot, or, you know. So yes, so I'm thinking I can offer these out at an incredibly reasonable price, just only for your people, and do it, you know, do virtual sessions.
Would you do that for us as well? Can we?
Absolutely. I was about to say, and we'll kick off with ours. Absolutely. Maybe we can record a bit of it.
Right.
Oh, wow, that'd be brilliant.
That would be great, because I'm definitely going to do this, because I just can't wear makeup now, because
for me, it's like I've got 30 years of knowledge, a total product that I understand about brands. I've worked with lots of brands. I've got a special subject of complexion. And I want to, you know, I really, really, really am myself in the menopause area of life now. All my friends are. And I just think we need to support as much as possible. So I would absolutely love to share this knowledge, because what's the use of me sitting here or not?
Great. So if you send us a link, and we'll put it in the thing.
I'll definitely we'll book something in, and I think filming it would be amazing, because you know, I'm not the greatest follower of fashion, as you can tell, but I would love to have that knowledge. And I think if somebody sees it in action, it will give them confidence to actually think.
Information is power, and I think if you have that, then you choose to use it on the day you want to use it. And if you don't want to wear any makeup, you don't have to. And if you understand why your skin's doing something, then you know how to shop. So the next time, I hope after we do a session, you go into Selfridges or somewhere and you're like, well, that's a great brand, but that's not for me. And I don't like those kind of things, so that's not for me.
I don't mind paying the £150 if it's the right one.
So that's what you want to do. That's what you want to do. Yeah. So you'll need to bring as well. So you need to bring your skincare regime so I can see it. And you need to obviously bring your products. Or the other thing that's really useful is you just email everything to me, I can digest it, think about it, see what your beauty concerns are, see what you want to achieve, and then it's much easier to work virtually, because then I can just, you can give me up close shots, you know, just, you know, between you and I.
Definitely book that. So
so let's finish the session for today, because that sounds amazing. We'll put that link in the information for everybody else who kind of who's on Tales from the Shed. But I think this is a fantastic offer, and so brilliant, Annabel. That's great. So great to see.
I can't wait. And just let's get you two booked in.
Oh my God, that'd be amazing. Take care then, and we'll speak soon.
Okay. Definitely. Have a lovely day.
Bye.